Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in on Sargel 18, episode 50 of Unchained, my near-death experience with new facts about heaven, plus I'm going to show some never-seen-before Vortex evidence photos, pics that I took back at the Vortex back in 98, 99. Now, I believe this will be an insightful video about heaven based on my eyewitness accounts. I hope it will open your awareness on just how much we don't know about the fundamentals of heaven or heaven-based existence. First, I don't agree with the term near death. Since I just went through it 908 days ago, putting the word near in that statement is total disinformation. Skewed in a way to take away the full impact of the event. For some reason, scientists, religions, and other advanced degree individuals cannot handle that someone can die, have their soul leave their body, and then come back to reoccupy that same body. And don't get me started on what they think about you after you tell them where you went and who you met. They just want to get as far away from you as possible. But okay, they're allowed. You know, they're trapped in their own belief system. That's cool. So they label it a near-death experience so it can be scientifically stated that you never died. You never really died. I wish these scientists would have some out-of-the-box balls when it comes to talking about what things mean, but, you know. They don't, I don't know, it's just crazy. Okay, now, I'm setting the record straight. In a near-death experience, you die and your soul leaves your body. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Dead. And also dead by all the medical equipment showing it that's all hooked up to you at the time. Like if you're in a hospital and this happens. So where the hell is that near death? It's just misinformation all over again. And people just believe it without, oh, near death. You really think about it, you're like, hold on. You had to die for your soul to leave your body. So that's not near death, that's death. And again, I will state that once you die, you know you're dead. Your soul knows that body is done with. Or at least at that point is done with. So, and that's first-hand account. Now back to heaven. There is so much celestial info about heaven that no one soul could hold it all. There is only one who can, and we call him God. For this video, I'll expand on some facts about heaven that are taken for granted here on Earth. Not on purpose, just through third-dimensional reality viewpoint and understanding. You can only understand so far about the realms and heaven and everything where your soul would go if you're incarnated on Earth. You have boundaries, which I break down those boundaries, and I have been for the last 30 years. First, there is no air in heaven. Your first instinct is to try to breathe, then you realize you don't have to anymore. The reason there is no air in heaven is because everything is energy. So third-dimensional air does not exist there or anywhere else on the levels or planes leading to heaven, only in the physical third-dimensional Earth. No air in heaven. No need for air. Now, there is no gravity in heaven. Gravity, as we know it on Earth, is created by celestial objects made of matter, exerting force on one another. Since heaven is all energy and light, there is no matter, so no gravity. This to me was the easiest thing to get used to. Plus, I really don't like gravity. From the moment you're born, gravity exerts pressure on you, wearing you down until the day you die. In third dimension, there is no way to get around gravity. And I've been bitching about that for years. Okay. There's no sunlight in heaven. Now here's one that's taken for granted, mainly through the arts, paintings and all that, pictures of heaven. And it looks like there's plenty of sunlight in heaven. Heaven naturally radiates to the point that it would be as bright as a sunny day here on earth. There's just no sun. Everything glows, including your soul, in colors that are way too vivid than anything we have here on earth. Now, when I died and found myself floating to the Silver City in heaven, holding Devron's hand, the thing I noticed intensely were the colors. The sky, the ground, the clouds, and the city of heaven's walls. They were beyond anything we have here naturally on earth. Remember, heaven is pure and earth is not. Thus the difference in the colors. Hunger and illness in heaven. There is no hunger and illness in heaven. Since your soul is made of pure energy, it's able to survive naturally and is nourished by all the heavenly vibrations, never needing food, and in perfect harmony with its surroundings. Since the heavenly vibration is perfect, there is no illness that a soul could get. Everything's perfect as far as we're concerned. Here on earth, you want perfection? Make it to heaven. Now, your lives, your past lives, your current life that you're leaving, are there memories of them in heaven? After death and your souls graduate to the level of heaven, almost all memories and emotions of that last life and the past lives is buried way deep inside the subconscious of the soul. That, of course, with all the other lives and memories you have, all readily available to the soul once a trigger mechanism happens. The trigger mechanism in heaven is a event that happens along the soul's journey, such as time to reincarnation, or leaving something, or learning something new about your actual job in heaven, and learning doesn't stop in heaven. Learning doesn't stop in heaven. In many ways, it's just beginning. So, like myself, I'm part of the heavenly host, the military of heaven, which shows in this life by my ability to go deep in the woods and face these creatures one-on-one, and most of the time, 80% of the time, alone. So, all I had was Jesus back me up. I would always ask him to help me, and I never got killed. But reaching heaven is just the beginning of a whole new learning process. It's noted, though, when your soul has reached a full harmony with heaven, you can access all the knowledge and actual experiences of those lives and take the whole experience again, like you're doing it all over again, but watching it without it affecting you. The emotions, all that, without it affecting you. And that, I realized, when Devron was taking me to the Silver City, I had realized that. I didn't think of Sandra or my dogs or anything that I care for here in this life. I was happy as a pig in shit and ready to go. Now, what emotions does a soul experience in heaven? This is one that still leaves me in awe. In heaven itself, there is only one feeling that would equal any sort of third-dimensional emotion, and that's love. Nothing negative, or even negative thought, cannot exist in heaven. It's way too heavy of a vibration. Heaven, in every aspect, permeates unconditional love. This love comes directly from God and his perfect plan for everything. Now, not only have I experienced this love in heaven, but I also experienced it here in this life in 2004 when I met Jesus. Of course, immediately I went into shock, or ecstasy as they call it, and as the few minutes that the meeting went on, I felt the unconditional love of heaven, Jesus, and God, and realized that evil or negativity was nowhere to be found. For evil can never exist in the light of God. And of course, I didn't want to leave his presence and asked if I could stay and be with him, but alas, he said, I have more to do, gave me a tap on the shoulder, which I have talked about many times, and left. But it still took me about a half hour to get up from the chair, and that long for the feeling of love that intensely to dissipate. Believe me, once you have that feeling in actual third dimension, you want to stay. I have all these great experiences with God, with Jesus, with Archangel Michael. I don't care. I don't blame people for not believing me, the people that don't believe me, because, really, look what I'm putting out there. But it's all true. Now, do you pray in heaven? Yes. Just your soul making it to heaven is a prayer. A prayer that shows all you did, do, and love is in true devotion to Jesus and God. Actually, that's pretty simple in respect to beliefs. If you believe in Jesus, heaven, and God, then you will eventually make it to heaven. If you don't believe in Jesus, heaven, and God, you will never make it to heaven. But don't worry, God has a warm room below for you. And last, is heaven the end? Since heaven has no concept of time, it's eternal. What you know and what I have revealed to you, is just a very small idea of heaven. Heaven has no end. The word end means there's a times construct that will run out. When a soul reaches the first two levels of heaven, a whole new reality of training starts, and then the souls move on to a new experience in the heavenly multiverse. Our souls never end or stop learning. Just like with anything out there, there are steps you must take on how to handle the new challenges, upcoming challenges. Souls do not end or die. They just move on. All right, now I'm going to show you some pics. I want to play pool tonight, so I'm kind of rushing through this a little bit, but I wanted to get it out because it is important. The people start understanding, because you're going to be going to heaven or hell real soon. All right. I just wanted to bring back this reference that what Devron told me in 1996, that I was the Witch of Endor, and I'm here to create Dor. And then as of 98 on, I wound up just, you could call it by accident, you could call it by luck. I just redid everything that I did in that life with Saul. Now here is a picture of me as the Witch of Endor, a painting. There I am with my hands raised. There's Saul and Solomon, all these people here, all freaking out, darkness, bringing the soul from the other side here to earth to speak. So in this life, not only do I do that, but I handle these type of beings, like this demonic hooded creature that's standing there. Same thing as I did 4,000 years ago as the Witch of Endor. Same exact thing. Devron was absolutely correct. And for that, I appreciate it. Now this picture I don't show, I think I showed only once out of the last 30 years. I used to bring people to the Vortex in the beginning, like I have said many times. And, they get possessed, or they'd wind up leaving and taking their own life. It's just very, very intense going to the Vortex with me. Very intense. Things are going to happen. So we're there bringing people, and we started getting dive bombed by this macabre shaped, like a stingray, solid flying beam. And bombing coming around. Didn't actually hit us, but I mean, it looked like it was going to. And here, I took a picture with my VX1000. There's some people to the left there. And if you look to the right, you see how the orbs are up there. Look to the right, you see that triangle thing in midair. That is the macabre, solid macabre thing that was dive bombing us. Now here I have a better picture of it. I optimized it so you can see it better. You see the triangle up there? That's it. That's it. And that only happened for a little bit. As people stopped coming to the vortex because they either couldn't handle it or died, or did something stupid afterwards, it just became down to me and Sandra, and then eventually just me. And speaking of Sandra, here's one of her best pics. I'll bring this up again, of a lizard multiverse alien sticking his head outside of his orb body as he travels past us. She caught the picture perfect. As I've told you, the orbs are just vehicles. That's their energy. They can turn into whatever they are or want. And this one's a lizard, and he's clearly right there with his head sticking out. That was cool. Now here's a picture that I've never shown, that I have no idea what it is, because there was no conversation between me and the creature or being. It just appeared. I took the picture and I just found it again, so I put it up. I don't know what that is behind that whiteness. See that thing standing there? I don't know. I don't have a clear shot. Could be an elephant type creature or something. But see, these are a lot of the pictures that I have, too, of the vortex. If I have no reference to it, I don't show it. I mean, you know, hi, this is a thing from the vortex. Now, this picture I know I've never shown. One night I was at the vortex. I was under the bridge, and I was going under the bridge towards the path to go down to the vortex. And I heard something for a second. I felt it, heard it. And I turned around and I seen something at the top of that mountain where the devil, as Satan, had left his paw print, which I've shown many people. And there was this creature, kind of looked like a cat-type creature, at the top of it, staring down at me. Now, there are no, like, mountain lions or anything. I've never seen a bear back there. As deep in the woods as I go in that area, they're not around. So I took the picture, and then it disappeared, and this is what I caught. You see it up there on the ridge? I made a little insert down below. Now that's about 60, 70 feet up on a ledge overlooking the underneath of the bridge. So that sucker's pretty big for me to catch him there. I must be, not only is it that high, I must be at that point 100 feet from it, looking up. And there it is. And I've never shown this picture before, but hey, you know what? I figured I'd bring it out. So that's some expanded information that I think will be helpful to people as we roll on through Revelation and towards the war of 2034. You need to know all these things. It helps build confidence. It helps build security. And it also helps build a path that you could follow through Jesus to heaven, because you want to get to heaven. You want to. It's cool being before heaven and learning in all the levels, but once you reach heaven, not many people want to come back. I happen to be a member of a very fortunate group of heavenly souls in the heavenly host that comes back to set things straight or to make something happen so that the world will pay attention, just like with my orb discovery. The whole world knows about it. Every person in the world knows about it. So that's one of the things that I did. Just like I helped out Israel 4,000 years ago as the Witch of Endor. And at that point, have found out since that the word witch comes from that reference in the Old Testament of the Witch of Endor. So, in a sense, I was the original witch. And we all know that I've studied magic and witchcraft here in this life. I don't suggest it for people, but I had to know what I was dealing with or refresh my memory, and I did. So, we have a few days until Trump becomes president. All kinds of great things are going to happen. I hope this video helped you, and I'll bring out every now and then more videos on different aspects of heaven that I think people should be aware about. I want everybody to please stay prayed up. I can't talk tonight. And peace out.